Yeah, guys. So now let's discuss dynamic polymorphism in Java, okay, which is also called as runtime polymorphism. So polymorphism in Java is divided into two types. First one is compile time polymorphism, which is also called as static polymorphism. Example for static polymorphism or compile time polymorphism is method overloading. Okay, we are already done with the previous examples, and now we are moving to runtime polymorphism. So in runtime polymorphism, we have two things we can implement. Overriding already we saw in previous videos. Now we are talking about interfaces. So already we know what is interface, guys, but now how to implement dynamic polymorphism with the help of interfaces. Okay, so can we create an object with the combination of class and interface? Yes, we can do that. Let's discuss, guys. So first we are creating something called a class called my bank. I'm creating a class my bank. Okay, and I'm going to take interface. Okay, so actually what some people will do is they'll create a class like a HDFC bank, something like this, or HDFC, and then class ICICI or class SBI, something like this people will take. And suppose I'm going to take loan, housing loan from any of the banks, either HDFC or SBI, something like this. When I'm taking something like loans from here, what I need to do generally, I need to create object from HDFC class. HDFC space my bank is equal to new HDFC. Then we can call the method whatever is there inside the class. So, but if you create like this, there is a dependency on the respective class object. So, but I don't want to make a dependency on my respective class. So every time when I switch from one bank to another bank to my housing loan, then I need to change the object also. But if you do interfaces instead of classes, then it's more effective, guys. Let us see this. So now what are we doing? We are creating an interface called HDFC. Okay, and then I'm creating another interface called SBI. Okay, so here I'm writing something called interest rate, like double interest rate. That is my method, guys. Double interest rate. Okay, here also I'm writing double interest rate. So because that depends upon the interest rate I need to switch. Suppose HDFC is offering like 7.2 interest rate for housing loan. Okay, so then this is SBI is offering 6.9, say for example. So initially I took housing loan from HDFC. Later on I realized that my friend suggested me, why don't you switch to SBI because they're offering 6.9 only. Then I switched from HDFC to SBI so that I can save some money. So that is said to be the way to switch between two types of interfaces. Okay, so that is possible with the help of interface plus, you know, class combination. Creating object with these two is dynamic, guys. Okay, so let's, and we need to implement the respective interface, whatever interface you want to use, that you can use here. Okay, yeah, let's see this, guys, how to implement this dynamic polymorphism in Java. Okay, so let's switch to this, create a new project, Java project, Soft 107, finish. So right click on the project, say new class, Prakash I'm taking here, the my app I'm taking, click on my finish. Okay, so this time what I'm doing is I'm creating an interface. Okay, so dynamic polymorphs demo with interfaces. Okay, yeah. So what I'm doing is first I'm creating an interface first. Interface. The interface name is something like bank, in which we have interest rate, double interest rate. Okay. Yeah. So now let's take a class called HDFC. So which is implementing the interface called bank. So what I need to do, guys, I have to write body for interest rate. So just click here and just add unimplemented methods. You will get double interest rate and we need to return. So what I'm returning here, just I'm returning 7.2 is the interest rate which is offered by HDFC. Same way I'm taking one more interface bank called class called SBI. There also I'm implementing bank interface. Okay. So here also I need to write unimplemented methods, that is interest rate return 0, it is giving by default. So here I'm saying 6.9. Okay, fine. So now what is my option here? I can choose either HDFC or SBI. Initially I started with HDFC. So what I'm doing here, creating object, guys. Creating object with the class and interface together, guys. It's a different way of creating object. Okay. So what I'm saying is bank. Okay. My bank is my object name is equal to new HDFC. That is the way I'm creating it. It's a different way. So what is bank here is an interface. So what is HDFC? That is my bank. Whatever bank I associated with my home loan is said to be HDFC. So now what I'm saying, my bank dot, okay, interest rate. So this will bring me the interest rate which is offered by HDFC. Sys out, and then we call it so that the interest rate will be displayed directly. And for better understanding, you can write a sys out statement here. Sys out. So what is the bank? HDFC, right? So let's say HDFC. Just for better understanding, we are coming from there, right? So that I'm using it. It's not mandatory. Here also I'm giving it SBI. Okay, just run it and see. See the output, guys. The output is HDFC 7 point. That is the interest rate which is offered. So later on, I realized that SBI is offering less than HDFC. Means simply I can switch to what you call SBI. Generally, what we do, if it is a normal scenario, SBI, my bank is equal to new SBI. That is the general way of creating objects. But since it is dynamic polymorphism, I need not write the whole. Just I need to change this bank with SBI. That's it. My job is done. You see, guys, this works like a switch. SBA. Now run it. What it is showing 6.9 from SBA. So we are not changing the whole object this time. We are only changing the type of the bank that I am using or switching, whatever. So today SBI is offering less. Tomorrow again HDFC or ICICI gave less interest rate. Then just I will replace this with ICICI or HDFC. So that is the flexibility with the interfaces and classes together, guys. This is the way of implementing dynamic polymorphism in a Java. Okay. So now I'm changing this SPI with HDFC. Of course, we have to follow naming, case sensitivity. See, guys, HDFC 7 point. So this is the way of using both classes, and bank is an interface here. HDFC is a class. Okay. So this is the way to implement dynamic polymorphism in Java.